Are you ready for Halloween?
If not, we'll help you by showing you the steps to carving a pumpkin. The first step is to gather all materials.
There are several necessary materials needed. A sharp kitchen knife,
A large serving spoon, old newspaper, paper. This is needed to keep your area clean.
a large pumpkin, a black permanent or non-permanent marker. We are using non-permanent.
A large garbage can.
And a garbage bag.
There's two optional materials we have.
First, a tea light is optional, but you don't need it, obviously.
And a dampened washcloth or sponge. Now that we've gathered all our materials, it's time to prep our station.
The next step is to prep our station before cutting. This step is important to prevent a large mess from occurring.
First, you'll need to choose the surface you'll be cutting on. We'll be cutting on this table. Now, take the old newspapers and lay them out evenly across the surface.
And repeat step 2 for a second layer. Yeah, can you just
Make sure none of the surface is showing for easy cleanup.
Now that your area is prepared to start, we need to also prep the pumpkin.
The third step is to prepare your pumpkin.
This includes cutting the pumpkin open.
Now take your knife and place it about 3 inches down from the stem. Apply slow pressure till it goes through.
Next, use back and forth motions while slowly working your way around the pumpkin.
Be cautious and take your time with this step. After you've cut the circle around the stem, it should be easy to take it off.
Set your stem aside, but don't throw it away because you will be needing it later.
Put your garbage can close to you. You'll be needing your garbage can for the next few steps. Now take your spoon and scoop out all the pumpkin guts and seeds from inside of your pumpkin. Now put everything from inside the pumpkin into your garbage.
Repeat steps 7 and 8 until your pumpkin is completely stripped from all the guts. You will need to scrape the sides a lot. After your pumpkin's inside is completely clean, it's time to draw on your pumpkin. The fourth step is to draw on your jack-o'-lantern design.
Have fun with this step. It will be different for everyone, and just make your pumpkin unique.
Use your marker to draw on the design to your pumpkin. Make sure you take your time with this step because this is what the cuts will look like on your pumpkin. We are drawing a simple face with 2 triangles for the eyes, a smaller upside down triangle for the nose, and a spooky smile.
You give the marker a few minutes to dry so it doesn't smear.
Now that your pumpkin is prepped and ready to go, it's time for the fun part, carving.
The fifth step is to carve your pumpkin. Be slow and steady with this step. You don't want to harm yourself or the pumpkin. So take your knife and begin cutting at the first marker line. We're starting with the eyes. Use back and forth motions to follow the line. And make sure the cutting is a little bigger than the marker line so the marker doesn't show in your final product.
Once you're done carving your first shape, put your hand through the top of the pumpkin and pop it out of its place.
Repeat all these steps until all the shapes are taken out of your pumpkin.
Don't be afraid to add more designs if you are unsatisfied with the way your pumpkin is looking.
And now your pumpkin is fully carved, only one step left.
Your pumpkin is carved. Now all that's left is the cleanup. The 6th step is to clean up your mess.
Just put your pumpkin and stem off to the side. We're gonna put it off the table.
First, put your spoon and knife in the sink or dishwasher.
So now fold the edges of the newspaper into the middle, and this will prevent more mess from occurring.
Brush ball and place it in the garbage.
Next step is optional.
Next, wipe the surface with your dampened washcloth or sponge. We're using a sponge, and make sure to clean your table with circular motions.
Okay, so now if you have a tea light, you would put it inside on the bottom of your pumpkin, and then just put your stem on top. Today we taught all the necessary steps to carving a pumpkin.
Prepping your area, prepping the pumpkin, carving your pumpkin, and cleaning up.
We hope you can now use these simple steps to making your own pumpkin.
Have a safe and happy Halloween.